The Slalom King and other class champions of the 2019 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series were honored and feted on its awards night. Up next on Race Weekend are interviews with the new king and the other champions about their thoughts of last season's racing and their expectations for this year. "2019 saw another successful year for the National Slalom Series, the longest-running grassroots motorsports event in the country that is organized by Race Motorsport Club. Without the reigning titleist defending his crown, a wide-open race for the Slalom King title added a new drama to the series. Contenders for the title were motivated to be present and to do their best in all 12 rounds of the season. Those vying for the class championships in the series were also fiercely motivated as those seeking the Slalom King crown. This made for an exciting, competitive season, at least for many of the class championships. At the end of the year, after all the points of the 12 rounds of racing had been tabulated, the Slalom King was known, the class champions and runner-ups named, the novice title is confirmed. But tradition called for the formal coronation of the 2019 Slalom King and the presenting of trophies and prizes to class and novice champions be held at an awards night well into the new year. At the awards night, Race Weekend interviewed the Slalom King, the novice overall champion, and some of the class champions. Just looking at the number of legs he won, 2019 Slalom King Estefano Rivera seemed to have run away with the title brother Milo vacated.
Well, it was a great experience. As of course I told in my past shows that it's my first year really driving competitive and full-time in the sport. So I'm really happy, and really not just for me but also for the team, because each race we were improving, each race we were finding ways to be faster, and yes, the ultimate reward was the championship. But so I'm really grateful and happy.
But Estefano acknowledges that he had to work hard for every win and point as contenders pushed him hard at every round, and every round had drama to spare.
Actually, that's the beautiful part about slalom, as in from the morning we start the race until the very end, until 6 ng gabi na. The fight, the times, and the battle for first place is always tight, it's always in contention. So almost every race it's a really maraming drama. So I won't really remember a memorable one, but the whole season was a really good and memorable one for me.
The 2020 National Slalom Series season started out quite early to the surprise. Albeit happy, surprise for many of the racers, including the Slalom King. It was also a happy surprise to those who follow the sport, as many of those who showed up for the first round including many returning veterans and stars of the sport, including Milo.
The first race was actually very interesting, because I think top 4 kami, we were less than half a second together. So Milo was actually he's back in the sport. I think, I'm not sure if a full-time, yeah, but me, I will drive full-time, and we didn't get the win the last race, but we're pretty happy where our pace is, just fighting for the top positions. And the good thing about Slalom, there's lots of room to improve, and kahit bagong season, new ball game.
But before Estefano begins focusing on the new season, he said that there are lots to thank for his successful 2019 slalom season.
I want to, of course, thank Motorsports Club, Tita Bing Bang, and our beloved Tito Lito Dulce for continuing to make slalom a great racing sport for everyone nationally. Second, I want to thank, of course, my sponsors, family, ko, my parents, and I want to thank, of course, to my whole team, the mechanics, to my ninong, even my dad, nagiging manager na rin, tatay ko, and my brother, the whole team, and all the mechanics I can't mention. So, marami nang gumalaw ng coaches. So, thank you, and yeah, lastly, of course, I'll thank you, God, for giving not just another championship, but something to be thankful for and to be blessed.
2019 novice overall champion Rod Chang was working on a perfect season going into the 12th and final round of the season, but it was not to be.
Well, entering the 2019 season, actually I have a lot of reservations from the start because, you have to decide whether to go for a higher displacement engine that I cannot control or we go for a just enough engine horsepower that I can manage. But I think we have the right decision because true enough, we'll be able to choose the latter and we are enjoying a very good lead. We were able to brought home for 11 straight yung novice best time, but unfortunately on the last leg, I am having some troubles with my suspension and the track setup is different from the usual parking lot setup, which my car is not designed for that kind of track. But fortunately, at the end of the day, I was able to get the novice overall for the 2019 season.
While still competing in the novice class in 2019, Rod Chang managed to land among the top 5 fastest overall in some rounds. So stepping up to the pro level after becoming novice champ should not be too difficult. But the novice overall champion maintains he has moderate ambitions in 2020.
Last February 23, I was able to taste the pro division class and going up to the best of the best drivers in slalom. Well, I could say we have prepared well, although in the last leg we have to make some few adjustments with regards to my driving and the car. So medyo matagal din kasi nag-off nung last December. Again, siguro I just have a simple goal to at least I'll be very happy if I could make it to top 3. Yun na lang muna yung target natin for this year.
"2019 was the year of leveling up for Pawi Base, who was novice overall champion in 2018, and he was among the early contenders for 2019 Slalom King. But Estefano Rivera just proved too strong and more consistent. Still, Pawi ended up harvesting quite an armful of class champion trophies from last year's slalom season, which he now maintains was a season for learning.
It was a very good experience for my first year in the Pro Series, considering that I'm one of the youngest there and I'm still having the top drivers show me the ropes. I'm pretty sure I still have a lot to work on. I really hope I could still continue to improve this year. Of course, that's what we're striving for now. So we really want to get the Slalom King title. The fact that it's a much tighter field now, a lot more of the pros have come back. So we still have a lot to work on, especially the driving. The car is already good as it is. It's just really on my driving now. It's more important.
2019 also saw Pawi finally going fastest in a round. It was for him the most memorable for the year.
It's got to be the race last time in Antipolo in November. It was the 11th leg where we won overall best time for the very first time. Crazy thing was how Milo and Stefano were still quick despite being in a borrowed car. They still gave us a heck of a hard time. But I'm really glad we won somehow.
Pawi sees the slalom racing community more like a family, which has helped him grow as a racer.
I'd just like to thank everyone who has supported me all this way, my family, my slalom family, my rivals for showing me the way ever since. And of course to Tito Pongs. Yes, I wouldn't be feeling at home at slalom, I wouldn't be the race car driver I am today or the person I am today if it weren't for him.
Lady Dominique Sarmiento ended the 2019 slalom season as clubman class champion. Still, she believes she didn't have a good year and needs to do more in 2020.
I can say na it's not really that good, pero I'm hoping for new explorations with driving and I can honestly say na I need more experience pa talaga. Yeah.
But like most of the young ladies taking part in local motorsports events like slaloms, Lei isn't faced by competing against men.
It feels really challenging actually kasi male-dominating to and then we are young girls and nakikisabay kami sa kanila so talagang mahirap pero we're keeping up.
Also among those who harvested multiple class championships in 2019 is Joseph Ortega.
Well, I think I did great, which the trophies I won, maybe the results of that. Yeah, that's pretty all.
The 2019 slalom season also had the poignant moments for Joseph, especially the final round of the year.
The most challenging leg for me was the last leg, which is in Tarlac. We weren't that ready. The car was not in shape that time. And also, all of us weren't in shape. And remembering my papsi, Lito Dulce, he wasn't also feeling well that time. That's why we weren't able to get the car that tuned up. But we did have good results.
The start of the 2020 National Slalom Series saw veterans and stars returning to the sport. Joseph understands he's in for a tougher year ahead.
The first leg was tough, especially that I have more competitors in the rear-wheel drive, especially Doc Peewee's back, Paulo Santos is back. So we're trying to prepare as much as we can, even without Tito Pongs, since he's the one behind the car. But I know he's always guiding us doing the right thing.
Unlike last year, the 2020 Phoenix National Slalom Series will have the reigning Slalom King defending his title, with a lot more veterans returning to the sport and the young ones getting better. It should be an interesting and exciting season for slalom racing.